guys, it's Sam here with Divine Designs. I just wanted to take the time to introduce myself. I'm going to be showing you how I created these milk bath nails using dried flowers and some natural white Akzents builder gel. So I hope you enjoy it. I hope I can cover all the bases and kind of guide you into creating your own milk bath nails. Hope you enjoy. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and ombre all the nails other than the ring finger. This is just the way this design was. We're not doing milk bath on all the nails, just the one. So I actually custom created this color using some mica pigment and some clear base gel. This is a peach color, and then I'm going to be ombreing it with a slightly lighter color. It's more of a light gradient, very subtle, but very, very pretty, very nice end result. So as you can see, it's just slightly lighter than the top color. So I'm just going in, I'm butting these up, making sure I have enough coverage and enough product applied. I'm coming in with the ombre brush and I'm just sweeping it across lightly to blend that line. So I'm going up, I'm going down, just to create a nice gradient. And I cleaned it off. I'm just going to go in a second time and make sure that I don't have any streaks or anything. Just gonna go in again and clean up the edges, and we'll pop that in the light. And we're just gonna fast forward through the rest of the nails until we get to the milk bath. All right, it's milk bath time. So we're using Control Natural White from Akzents along with Balance Clear from Akzents. This will create a milky consistency that I have here when mixed together. It's exactly what we want. We don't want it too white, but we want it white enough that it's going to look like the flowers are floating on top of milk. Hence the milk bath name. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply some of that. I think it's just clear that I'm applying here, just so that we have something for the flowers to stick to. We're not going to cure this. We're going to leave it uncured, and then we will go ahead and select some flowers to stick to this nail. So these flowers that I have are actually ones that I had found on a walk, just out around picking little flowers off the side of the road and wherever else, off the trails. It was really fun actually, and then so I came back and I put them in a really heavy book that I had to press them and to dry them out, and I left them there for about 2 weeks. Now some of the flowers that I did get didn't hold the color like I'd wanted to, or that I hope, but I did have some that were very nice. These pink ones, my favorite ones are the purple. Their color is just so vibrant even when they're dried, so pretty. So I'm just going to go through and I'm going to hand pick some little leaves, some yellow flowers. I'm going to break apart some of the bigger chunks to make smaller chunks. I do have some leaves that I had gotten. They were actually flowers, dried flowers that I had gotten off of Amazon. They come with some really pretty vibrant flowers in them as well, like this little green one. And so I'm just going to use some of these as well and just kind of mix and match. So right now I'm just creating a pile. She's just kind of pointing out some of the ones that she really likes and that she'd like to see on her nails. It's always nice to give your client some creative freedom as well. At least I like to. So we're just picking out. And I'm just breaking this one up because I just want pieces. I want it to kind of look like I had flowers and pieces of petals. You're not going to see the whole flower. It's just a very sporadic look. It's just it's a very fun design because there's no right, there's no wrong. You go in, you place the flowers all willy-nilly, however they make you feel. Just Bob Ross it, you know, happy little mistakes. It is super fun. So I'm just going to get my wax tip here. Sometimes it gets a little dry from glue or whatever else that I might be working with. So I'm just making sure she's going to be tacky enough. There we go. Warming it up. Okay, so I'm just going to pick up some of these flowers. And I'm just going to start placing them however I feel that they need to be placed. I try not to put too many colors together. I try to separate the colors, use contrasting colors like dark purple and the bright yellows. And just some little green ones. Again, do it however it feels right to you. It is each to their own. I do mine differently than most. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep placing these flowers how I want them placed and how she wants them placed. And then we're just going to fast forward through and I'll meet you on the other side. right, so we're all done with that. Now I'm gonna come in and we are gonna go over it with that white mixture that we had made earlier on. I like to just lay it around. I don't like to go right over top. I like to go in between, work it around in ways that it would look like a flower would be laying on top of. So if it's going to be on top, the milky texture is going to come over top of some of those leaves, but it's not going to cover them completely. So I'm just working this white in and around, making sure I get all this covered up. I mean, when you're creating this, it's gonna look a little bulky. Don't get me wrong. It's gonna look crazy and scary at first, but once you encapsulate this with the clear gel, then you'll get a chance to file it down, reshape it. You might file into some of these flowers, but honestly, it really doesn't matter. You wanna try to avoid that at all costs and make it as less bulky as you can, but ultimately if you do end up filing into it, it's not that noticeable. It still creates a very beautiful look, and it's very forgiving. So I'm just going around making sure I have this all like I want this full coverage. Like I said, we're going to get a chance to file some of this down as well. So I'm just encapsulating it as best I can. See, I'm going in, I'm covering up some of them, and then we're going to go ahead and cure it once I get a full coverage going here, and I'm happy with the way it looks. I will pop it under the light and we will move on to the next nail. Alright, so now it is time to encapsulate the nail using Balance Clear from Akzents. So I'm just going to go in and give this nail a little slip layer, and all that is a very thin layer of the builder gel. It just allows the gel to then move easily down the nail. So I'm just creating a little slip layer, and then I will go in and grab some more gel and I will start laying it and dragging it back and forth and covering this nail. Again, trying to avoid as much bulk as I possibly can. We don't want the nail to be bulky. That's the last thing we want. So I'm just, basically all this is just giving me room to shape so that I'm not cutting into the design too much, so we can get a good shape, it can be built properly, and the nail doesn't look like a big ball of flowers or a big goop of gel. We're going to cure that one for 30. We're going to move on to the next, doing the same thing, slip layer, and then building them up. I kind of get out of focus here. Sometimes I forget that I'm recording and I'm doing, there we go. So sometimes I forget that I have a camera there. You get into your groove and you just want to keep going. So I have to try to remind myself that I'm videotaping and that all you lovely people want to see what I'm doing. Okay, so again, I'm coming in, I'm just building up where it needs to be built up. And then we'll cure that one for 30 seconds. So I'm just gonna fast forward through all this. So now that we have that done and the tacky layer wiped off, I'm going to go ahead and start filing it down and removing some of that bulk. Like I said, we want to make sure these are shaped pretty and nice and don't have a bulky look to them. Alright, so I'm just giving this a final wipe. Look how pretty that is. So then I'm going to come in with some Akzents Shine On. This is probably my favorite top coat. Akzents makes just brilliant products. It's a non-tacky top coat, so you put it on and it comes out without that tacky layer. Just adding the top coat to these beautiful milk bath nails, just bring them to life. I'll do that with both, and then we're going to come and we're going to put some bling on these nails. Okay, Schtick It time. This is Schtick It with Ugly Duckling. I actually don't use this anymore. I've started using Acragel, so I use that instead for my diamonds, but this stuff actually does work. It's actually very good. So I'm just going to go ahead and put some Schtick It on in around the cuticle area. So we're only going to do a half moon of the cuticle area for the diamonds, just a little bit to bring it, make it pop. Guys, so here's the finished product. I am super stoked with how this turned out. By far one of my favorite milk baths I have created yet. It's just super elegant and very pretty, very soft and subtle, and I really hope you guys enjoyed it as much as I did. Take care.